Okay, we're going to do a quick assembly video of your ammo can forward stand. I've got one right here. It's already fully assembled. You'll notice it has a sliding tool rest with a thumb screw. And I've got this assembled just so you can see how it goes together. I'll talk you through it here. We'll go over the inventory of your parts. You'll have 4 of these floor flanges, 4 of these 2.5 inch by 1/2 inch legs that screw into the floor flanges. So, see those right there? That's how you make up the legs. You'll notice there's 3 holes in here. I screw mine down to the workbench. It makes everything very secure. You'll have 4 of these L brackets. You'll have 4 self-tapping screws. You'll have 1 thumb screw. Now we'll go over the pipes. These will be assembled just like you see them here. So you can see that this is the front. You got a T-fitting, a 6-inch pipe, and a coupler. So you see that goes there. You get 2 of those. Then your next piece that goes in, you see that right there? 2 of those. And then these 3 right here make up your back porch. So simply screw those together. And we'll talk about assembly. When you assemble this, you don't want to cinch anything down. You see how that's still fairly loose? I might be able to turn that one more time. But I don't want to go much more than that. Because when we screw this all down, it's going to be nice and secure. These don't need to be real tight. Leaving them loose allows you, because the hardest thing is going to be when you go to insert this tool rest and you put this together, you want the ends of this tool rest to line up with these 1/2 inch pipes here perfect. So if you screw this too many rotations, it's gonna make these 2 points narrower, and it's not gonna fit together right. So that's really the whole trick, is when you put this together, you don't want this tight. Just where it kind of stops there, but no more. If you remember that, then you shouldn't have any problems. So next we have, this makes up your tool rest right here. So you see how that goes together. Pretty easy. This part here will already be assembled. You just throw the 12 inch by 1/4 inch nipples on, and I'll make sure that's straight. And remember, you don't want to crank that around either. So you can make some adjustments if needed. If you put it up here and you see, oh, that's a little too narrow, you can turn that 1 turn out, or you could turn this 1 turn in, just to get things lined up. But once you have everything lined up, it still may be a little stiff on you. One trick that I've noticed works really well, if you tighten these first 2 6-inch nipples here too much, back them off just a little bit. And you'll notice this will go in a lot easier. I've built several of these, and usually when I first put them together, they're a little sticky. If you bolt them down to your workbench, you just run that in and out. You notice I take a grinder and I grind these down a little bit at the end so the threads aren't catching in here. But every one that I've built have gone together with a little bit of working them in. So it's really not too hard. It's not rocket science. It's just, don't be surprised if when you first put it together, it's a little stiff on you. And you just get it worked in, get it adjusted, and you'll notice you'll have it working just like this one. Okay. Let's see what else I could say. So once you have it together like this and your tool rest is working nicely, you can, if you bought this with an ammo can forge, the forge will have pre-drilled holes in the end here. And this is my test piece that I used. I was trying to work out different things here, but what I ended up deciding on would be the easiest for the end user was just to take these L brackets, and if you flush them up at the end, so you notice how that's flush with the bottom, flush with the outside, and just do one on each corner, just like that. And remember, these are self-tapping screws here. So you could use a drill bit smaller than this maybe to get it started. But really, if you have a drill and a 3/8 inch driver, you can also use a ratchet. A drill works better. It'll go right through this. I think this is like probably 18 gauge metal here. It goes through it pretty easy. Don't over tighten it. If you over tighten these, they'll end up stripping on you. I mean, they'll just get loose on the end. So just so they're snug, and that's all. Because really, the only purpose these serve is so the forge doesn't fall through, and the height is what's important here, and that's why you flush these up, like I said, because you have a fire brick that fits right in behind these couplings. It goes right up against the front here, and you see how it's nice and hopefully you can see it from that angle, but it's flush with the brick inside the forge. Same thing on the back. Those elbows will catch the edge of that fire brick, and that's a nice, tight, perfect fit. If you tighten these couplings too much, these are pretty snug, but you may have to back them off just a little bit. But everything is set up so it fits in nice and tight. Not super tight, but just, you see how these hold that brick against here, so this brick doesn't move now. It's nice and it's the same with the back. You know, the brick's not, when you're running your workpiece in and out of here and you hit this brick, it's not going to move around on you. And that's just the way we designed it. So pretty simple. Like I said, you'll probably run into it being a little stiff on you when you first put it together, but don't despair. Just make sure it's not, if you over tighten everything, it is going to be very stiff. So just make sure it's not real tight. And like I said, screw it down, and then if it's just a little stiff, you can just grab it and work that thing in and out. And trust me, when you do that, 10, 20 times, it's gonna work itself in there nice. And you see how nice this one just slides in and out? That's the way they all end up. It just takes a little manipulation. So if you have any questions, go ahead and message me on the platform where you purchased it. I'll be happy to talk you through anything, but I'm trying to make this as simple as possible for you. These are great stands, very sturdy, and they don't require any welding on your part. The most you're going to need is you really don't even need that, but it's really helpful if you have a drill. And if you have a torque setting on your drill, turn the torque setting way down so you don't end up drilling that in too far. Because like I said, if you drill it in too far and it's got a lot of torque on it, it's just going to keep turning, and then it's going to be a little loose. So You don't want to do that. I guess that's it for this video. Thanks for watching.